Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Akakwadash. And I want to say Shalom to Akim and Akwalth out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled A Prelude to Nuclear War. All right, a prelude to nuclear war. So what is a prelude? All right, that's first let's go and get what that word means, okay? Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to just type it in here randomly. Bear with me just a moment, Slakia. One moment, Slakia. All right, Slakia. Let me get this up while I'm here and go to bam, bam, bam. All right, we got a couple of them. So, prelude. Okay, let's get the definition.
Prelude. Prelude.
Prelude. I've never heard that before. Let me go and hear it again from somewhere else.
Prelude.
Prelude.
Prelude. Prelude.
That's how I've heard it. Yeah, this is the one I've always heard. Prelude. I've never heard it.
Prelude.
Prelude. The prelude. I've never heard prelude. It's the prelude. Must be the English variant, right? But prelude, all right, it says an introductory performance, action, or event preceding and preparing for the principal or a more important matter, okay? So, to serve as the prelude to, the startup, all right? Basically the startup, all right, the curtain raiser, all right, the warm-up, all right, the preamble, the prologue. It's usually spelled like this, the prologue, all right? The preface or introduction to a literary works, all right? So the introduction, all right? The start. Ooh, it's like the start of World War III, okay? So that's what a prelude is, okay? The beginning, all right? Can we get one from, that was Miriam. Can we get it from Cambridge? Let's get it from let's get it from Cambridge. Ooh. Says something that comes before a more important event or action that introduces or prepares for it. So this is something that is going to introduce, nuclear war, as according to, Kim Jong-un, as we're going to grab. So let's go ahead and grab it. Let's get it. Oh, jeez. Nope, none of that. Because I don't know if they're going to try to strike us with it. But, part of me really wants to go ahead and play it. So, I am, and we're allowed to under the Fair Use Act. So let's go ahead and play it. Let's hear what they have to say. Let's go ahead and hear it.
U.S. and South Korean forces launched the 11-day Ulchi Freedom Shield exercise on Monday, a major military drill aimed squarely at North Korea's escalating nuclear threat. With rising tensions on the Korean peninsula, the stakes could not be higher. North Korea sharply criticized the exercise, branding it a, quote, beheading operation and a prelude to nuclear war. Pyongyang's state media called the exercise a dangerous provocation by Washington and Seoul as 19,000 South Korean troops joined the maneuvers. Past North Korean reactions, like missile launches during similar drills, are fueling fears of fresh provocations. Last year, on the eve of the final day of joint U.S.-South Korean exercises, North Korea fired 2 ballistic missiles, calling it retaliation for Allied Air Force drills.
So, we played a little bit of it. All right, I don't want to play all of it because, how they get. So, but, yeah, man, and, and it's going to be like the reverse, it's going to be like a reverse Boy Who Cries Wolf, right? It's going to be like a reverse of that. Because that's all these, these Americans generally say is that, oh, they've been saying that, right? Oh, North Korea always threatens nuclear war. Oh, Putin always threatens nuclear war. Until the day that it happens, okay? And then you're not going to understand what the hell is going on, okay? And it's really going to hit you off guard, man. Because this nuclear war ultimately is gonna, lead into the return of Yahweh Shai. Okay, and let's hear how he's gonna show up. There's a couple different ones. Let's get 2 Peter 3 and 10. And we'll get 1 Thessalonians 5 and 2. Yeah, we'll just get them both. Why not? So 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come. Yeah, so let's start from 8. 2 Peter 3 in verse 8. It says, "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day." All right, so time is differently with the Lord. 1,000 years down here is only one day to the Lord. Okay, it's only one day. All right, and I can't remember. There's more than that. One day is like 1 hour. 1 minute is a second, something along those lines. I'm not the best with the time, but so time is different. So you got to realize in the way that Yahushai is viewing this, in his time, he was just, because time goes by way longer than us, it does for him. Okay, it goes way longer for us. Okay, really, it's breezing by for him. Okay, and it's gonna be for him. He's gonna basically be coming back right after he was crucified. You know how mad you would how mad you would be. Okay, you know how mad you would be. It's not like he had thousands of years to cool down. Now it seems like so because it's been thousands of years for us, but our time is different than the Lord's time. Okay, so verse 9, it says, "The Lord is not slack concerning Salakia. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance." All right, and that's for the Israelites. Okay, so he Salakia, whacked the mic there, but he wants all of Israel to come to repentance. But the fact of the matter that it's just not going to happen, and he knows that. He understands that. He knows that it's not going to happen. He'd like it, okay, but it's just not the case, unfortunately. That's why 2/3 got to go. So verse 10, it says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up." So that's nuclear war right there. And he's going to come, bam, like that, and you're not going to know it hits you, man. A thief doesn't let you know the day before that they're going to rob you. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 2, same topic. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Whew, this one's heavy right here. "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." There you go. Let's read this one. It says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief," right? Because we're prepared. We understand that's going to happen at some point in time. All right, we just don't know the exact time, day nor hour, okay? As the scriptures say. All right, no man know the day nor hour. Roughly paraphrasing. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 5, "Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us, who are of the day, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation. For Yahweh hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushai HaMashiach." By our Lord Yahushai HaMashiach. So there you go. Wham, bam. Okay, so there you go. And Matthew 24 and 36. All right. "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." And what was that referring to? Let's go get it. It says, verse 34, Matthew 24 and 34, it says, verily I say, and this is red letters, so this is Yahushua, the Son speaking. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. And there's been some stipulation that at this point we're so close that Yahushua more than likely knows what time that is now as well. All right. But there's been some stipulation upon that. All right. I've heard it. I've heard it spoken before by some of the men of Great Millstone. All right. I can't remember exactly who. I was going to say, I don't know if it was the Apostles, the Elders, but I've heard it. All right. And those are the only people that I listen to. So I couldn't have picked it up anywhere else. So with that, let's go and get the first. I guess we don't really even have to read the articles, because I mean the what we got already gave it to us. You know, North Korea is condemning the U.S. Korean military drills as a prelude to nuclear war, because you know, the United States is over there practicing military drills, doing GPS communications, and practicing all these different things, right? And the North Koreans are seeing it as a threat. Okay, and they don't like it, and they're saying, "Hey, man, this is a prelude to a nuclear war." And they can't. United States, when this nuclear war comes, they cannot say that they weren't warned enough. Okay, because there's been so many warnings. Okay, and the United States and its citizens have just marked it off as, "Oh, now they're not doing nothing. They're not gonna do nothing." All right, and it's true until it happens, man. All right. And you say, "Oh, well, who are you then? You're not an American citizen?" I'm an American citizen. We're considered American citizens. We just don't consider ourselves Americans. We're Israelites. There's a difference, man. All right? We dwell on this land named America, all right? That is really Babylon. We dwell here. Well, you won't catch us calling ourselves Americans unless we have to. We're not Americans, all right? And you're not Mexicans, and you're not Europeans. You're what are you, really? You're Israelites. All right, you're whether you're whatever tribe you go back to, your respective tribe, or Europeans, you're Edomites, man. Most of you. So you're just trying to use a cover name, and we don't like those cover names, Americans, European. No, you're Edomites. All right, we're Israelites. That's how it goes. All right. So Matthew, let me grab a drink real quick. Matthew 24 and 6 through 8. We just did a little, a little later in Matthew 24. All right, just a minute ago. But here we are in the beginning, the early parts of it. So Matthew 24 and 6 through 8 says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." And you have a lot of these scoffers and these mockers and these atheists and unbelievers saying, "Oh, yeah, well, there's been wars and rumors of wars throughout history." You know, how vague is that? How vague is it to just have a script that says wars and rumors of wars? Well, yeah, you might say that that's vague, and yeah, all throughout history there has been wars and rumors of wars, but never really to the extent that it's getting now. The only time it ever, and you might say, yeah, there has, yeah, and when did those things happen? You're right. Those things never really happened out of just happening without what happening right after them. A major world war. And we already had 2 of those. All right. And we're strapping in for number 3. Okay. And these people these days, man, it's not like back in the day. And it took the nations, it took the nation of all of them that were involved by surprise back in the day with those world wars. But they were a harder nation back then. These kids these days aren't ready for it, man. They're not ready for a world war. They really aren't. They don't know anything about the wars that happened. They don't know what type of events happen. They're uneducated. They can't barely read or write. They communicate mostly through phones, all right, with emojis. They don't know what the hell's going on. All right, they can't talk. They can't communicate. They don't even know what gender they are. They're not prepared for a world war, man. They're not prepared for a world war. And, you know, one of the funnier comments that I have saved in my phone is, and bear with me, enjoy some music while I go and try to find it. Let me see if I can go and find it. Let me go and try to find it. Just a minute. It was funny. It was a Reddit post, and it made me laugh my ass off because, you know, being in this truth and having that foreknowledge, All right, I don't want to say foreknowledge because that's like foreknow. But I mean, in a way, we do have that foreknowledge, that foreknow, okay, of what's to come. All right, and you know, Yahushai's return and ultimately the destruction of Babylon, World War III. But what they said was absolutely hilarious. And I really want to see if I can find it. Let me see. Bear with me just a moment. I'll make sure I can find it here. It's a good comment. I promise you, it is worth waiting for. Bear with me. Let's see. Come on, man. I'll find it somewhere, Lord willing. Just give me a minute. Let me scroll, man. It was... Come on, man. God damn it. It's whenever you want to find something that you can't find it. Just how it goes. It's in here, though. 1 minute. Let me double check again. Let me double check. Bear with me, Slovakia brothers and sisters. I promise you, like I said, it is worth waiting for because it was that good of a comment. There's so many Reddit things I have. It's always how it works, man. Just when you're trying to find it. If I can't find it here in a minute, then I'm just gonna... I'll just, you know, give you what I recall of it. And then, we'll just go from there. But, let's see... Talking about not being employed... Dealing with the women... Let's see... Yeah, I don't think we're gonna... I don't think we're gonna find it, unfortunately. But it was basically a, man, that pisses me off, because it was such a good comment. But, well, it wasn't a good comment, it was a fucking stupid comment. But the thing was, it was good for, edification's sake. But anyway, I'll try to roughly correlate what it was saying, as much as I can remember. Slack for the delay. But it was basically stating that it said something along the lines of, you know, this generation was basically the post was talking about how this generation's too weak, and that you know, I guess a war, they don't think that this war, a war is gonna fucking absolutely destroy this country because look, you got people that are confusing their gender, yada yada yada, right? And one of the comments down there was something along those lines. I could be incorrect, but that's as much as I can remember. That's what we'll say it was, right? And the comment said something along the lines of, and I'm not going to get it word for word, but it said something about, you know, it says I almost one of the other comments I think said, you know, a world war would do this generation good. And then another comment said, you know, I hope that if World War III does break out, that these kids of these generations have to step up and prove how strong they are and end up being the next greatest generation, basically. And it's hilarious to me because that's not going to happen, and it's just hilarious that it has to happen. And I hope that Kamala makes it in, because I think that's the perfect way for Babylon to get destroyed. Here it is all throughout society. You have these girls that think they're men, these men that think they're women, they're dressing up and saying, we're not being represented enough. I'm a man, but I feel like a woman. And then you're gonna have this woman president, this Indian woman, this Elamite woman as a president. We're really an Edomite because, you know, from what the brothers are saying, her dad was a plantation owner, slave owner. So here it is. You're gonna have her running and masquerading around as a black woman. Really, she's an Edomite woman, and you have all these people that are trying to cut off their wieners and their titties and get reassignment surgery. It'll be hilarious, man, because that's the way that Babylon should go out, in a confused noise, just as Babel means, a confused noise of, man, this place has just got to go. This place has just got to go. Matthew 24:6-8, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And call all Yahweh Shemi Shai, because I just had a thought come to my mind. You think this generation is going to be able to step up and face World War III? They were scared of a fucking virus, man. Fucking petrified. Petrified. I'm talking wearing masks while driving in a car scared. Who else is in there but you? What's it going to get you from the AC? This is how scared this generation is, man. That's how fucking scared this generation is. Anything fucking overly scared, overly timid, man. And hey, man, you know, it's you know, and I even see it, you know, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, because, you know, even people that are my age, man, is, if you compare us to the older generation, those guys are more hardy, man. There's no fucking denying it. There's no denying. They were raised different. Okay, they were raised different, and as the generations went on, it got weaker, man. It got softer. Okay, and soft people can't handle a war. Soft people cannot handle a war. Okay, you know. Esau's only hope is to get all those psychopaths on the front lines, and then maybe you'll be able to, you know, get a little bit of ground. You're still not gonna win. Maybe you'll get a little bit of ground, right? Not much, but you got to get those psychopaths on the ground. You know, the ones that just daydream about killing all day. You know, those ones, the serial killers. You know, let them out on the battlefield. That's your only hope. and even then, it's not even a hope, because you're not gonna win. Ecclesiasticus 39:1 says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in the prophecies." And these are the prophecies, man. We were just in Matthew 24, right? Matthew 24:6-8, and then earlier we got later. I can't remember which verse we got, but we got another verse in there. We were all through there. And what are those talking about? What are those? What is Matthew 24 mostly dealing with? Prophecy, things to come. All right. When Yahweh Shai said, you know, all these things are going to be thrown down, and his disciples said, well, how are we going to know? He said, hey, these things, those are prophecies. What is a prophecy? Okay, what is a prophecy? Okay,
prophecy.
A prediction, and it's not really a prediction; it's a forecast. Okay,
forecast.
All right, and it says a prediction or estimate, but no, it's gonna say, hey, these things are. When you see these happening, that's how you know. That's how you know I'm getting ready to, you know, come back, and this place about the end of the world's about to come down and go up. This place about to go up in flames. That's how you're gonna know. Okay, that's a prophecy, man. All right, and those that are in this truth, that's what you should be doing. You should be looking for prophecy everywhere, man. All right, wherever, you know, like my job just installed a retina scanner, which I'm not a fan of, but that's how we have to clock in and out. Right? I'm not a fan of it now. Okay, I don't like it. As a matter of fact, I was like, I don't want to do it. But then the district leader was like, just do it. I'm like, all right, that's fine. All right. But in my head, I'm like, the day that this becomes a system where we need to do a chip or something like that, and my ass is gone. All right, I'm leaving. There's nothing wrong about scanning your eye, because I wasn't even gonna do it, but they're like, it's basically the same, and it doesn't really scan your eye. I guess it scans your face. So you like stand a couple of feet from it, and it like scans your face, but when in your face, it looks at your eyes. All right, it can see your eyes from your face. And she's like, don't you have an iPhone? I was like, yeah. She's like, well, yeah, well, how do you open it, basically? I'm like, yeah, you're right, I guess. They probably already have our eyes and that stuff. To be fair, I was really standoffish with that at first anyway. All right, I didn't particularly like that either, but what can you do? But the day it gets the chips, man, I guess I won't have a job. Cause no, nope. It's only a matter of time before it becomes that. And their excuse was that people were clocking themselves in and out. They're having their friends clock them in and out. And I was like, yeah, I know you guys want more control. I know you want more control. But yeah, man, so, you know, you got to see prophecies and those things. You got to know that right now it's a retina, and that's not wicked. But what's next after that? What's next after that? Scanning your palm. What's after that? A chip. What's next after that? Putting a chip in your hand. Right? It's all, you know, it's all about security with these people, as they like to make it seem. They like to say, oh, well, someone, they can fake the eye thing now. You know, it's not as accurate, so you're gonna have to use the palm with your vein. And oh, well, you know, the vein thing wasn't quite accurate because people find a way around it. We're gonna do a key card, and it's only your key card, and it's on a blockchain, and all that. Oh, well, the chain, those were being shared, so now you have to get it, you know, a biometric. It's in your skin now. If you put it in your skin, nobody will be able to take it, and it's super. Yeah, Esau. Look, man, we're not. You look. Second Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us, we were not. Let me start up from verse 10, actually. It says, verse 10, it says, to whom ye forgive anything, I forgive also, for I forgave anything. For if I forgave anything to whom I forgave it, for your sakes forgave I it in the person of Hamashiach, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? We know how you work, man. We already know what you're going to say before you say it. Nice try, though. Nice try. But, hey, man, nice shot, man. No cigar. Revelation 8:13. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by the reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Let me read it again. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Okay? So there you go. 3 woes. And every one of those woes is a major world war. Every single one of them. All right? We've proved it time and time again. You know? And if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. We can't force you to believe. You know, we can't beat it into your head. Okay? If you don't believe, you don't believe. And you have the right to not believe. But you also have the right to be destroyed by the Most High. So just know that. Let me grab another drink. All right, Revelation 6:14. Let's go to verse 12. Revelation 6 and verse 12. And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. Boom. Rumbling, right? Rumbling. And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. The sun was blacked out. The moon became as blood. Verse 13, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. You know what? What's that game I used to play? Final Strike? No. Nuclear war race game. My phone. First strike. Bam. You see these? All these ICBMs, all right, intercontinental ballistic missiles, flying in, just like that. And I wish we could get a good depiction of it. But you know, when they're look at this. There you go. There's an excellent one. Check that out. See that? And the stars of heaven fell unto earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. See these things? Don't they look like stars falling to earth? Look, don't they look like stars falling to earth? Y'all people are fucked, man. Verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Womb, departed as a scroll. Departed as a scroll. Hey, man, keep messing around. Keep messing around. Isaiah 13 and 9 through 11. And we're going to go ahead and close out. Bam. Isaiah 13 and 9 through verse 11. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Once again, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, not happy, not handshakes and hugs, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. He's not coming back happy, man. He's coming back pissed. And this is all just a prelude to nuclear war. That's it, man. That's it. So, hey, man, get prepared, because it's coming, all right? And you're not going to know exactly when. All right, well, we heard that last week. Keep on playing games, man. This is a prelude to nuclear war. With that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing, shalom.